The Pivot is one of the most talked about podcasts in the world. The New York Post declares it's at the forefront of media's ever-evolving evolution. So the show just celebrated 2 years since it launched and continues really to be the gold standard of sports broadcasting. Former NFL stars and hosts of the podcast, The Pivot, Ryan Clark, Channing Crowder, and Fred Taylor have been on our show before, but since their appearance last year, their podcast has brought in an additional 58 million views on YouTube alone. That's on YouTube alone. And what's so special about them is that, of course, they talk about sports, but it is their in-depth conversations about the pivots in life that we all have to make that connect people. By the way, their most listened to episode to date was with NBA legend Shaquille O'Neal, where he talked about divorce and finding out about the death of Kobe Bryant. They also went on to make headlines for their emotional interview with former NBA star Michael Beasley, where he broke down talking about his mental health. Take a look.
I've been trying to find good people for so long. I'm tired, bro.
I would say this, it's a 100%, bro. It's so okay to be tired, though.
I got, you know what I'm saying?
You ain't got nothing left. You ain't got nothing left to give people.
I'll tell you this, bro. I'll be it. Like, whatever you need, dog, like, if you just want to talk, like, I for sure can't hoop with you. I'll go out there and pass that. Like, what we're saying is, bro, like, we want to be those people. Bringing you here wasn't about this. I wanted to talk basketball and hoops, but, dog, folks love you, dog. Nobody want to see you go through this.
Wow. Tam fam, please welcome our friends, the hosts of The Pivot, Channing Crowder, Fred Taylor. Come on out, guys. Hey, brother.
Looking good.
Looking good. Oh, my gosh. All right. These guys. So, while you're getting your standing ovation, the two of you, the third in this relationship, pretending that he has to work, joining us via Skype, Ryan Clark from the ESPN studio.
He ain't acting like he gotta work.
He's not pretending.
That joker works.
Yes, he does.
He works I mean, congratulations. 2 years with this podcast, changing the game. And I know the mission was to really bring something different and fresh, but the Michael Beasley interview, it distinguished you from everybody else.
Yes.
Everybody else.
Yes.
What was that like, Fred, for you guys?
You said interesting and fresh. Well, I got a fresh ball head since the last time I saw you. Well, for me, that's going to always be my favorite episode.
Yeah.
You know, I think getting into it, we didn't know exactly which direction we were going to go. But that particular episode, that created a roadmap. It was our identity.
Yeah.
You know, just being vulnerable, transparent, 100% authentic, and that's what we've become since then. So that episode, for me, will always be the one that I'll lean on when someone asks me my favorite episode.
Ryan, I think what it showed was you all have quick reflexes, because that was in real time. Yes. You didn't know what direction that was going. And for you to have that, I call it cat-like reflex, you have to be present. That means you were listening to him, not just a list of questions there, Ryan.
Yeah, it was captivating, though, and also it was an honor for someone, for an adult man who's accomplished as much as Michael Beasley has, to open up to us in that way. When we didn't ask him to do that, he didn't have to come on there and trust us. And I feel like when someone gives you that trust, they deserve you to listen, but they also deserve your attention. They deserve for you to say to yourself, what can I do to help this man? And I do believe that without that episode, we aren't the Pivot.
Yeah. Channing, you all go viral for some of the strangest things sometimes. We first met because you and Asia, your beautiful wife, went viral after you said you all hang out at nudist camp sometime. Remember that? I love bringing that up. I love. It's so fun.
Yeah.
First of all, she's amazing, and you know, I actually don't follow a lot of people, and I follow Asia because she's such a beautiful human being, and y'all's relationship is so inspiring, which is why the conversation with Jonathan Owens, who is married to Simone Biles. It went viral for this moment about relationships. Take a listen.
I didn't know who she was at the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she gotta be good.
So you was really the catch in...
I always say we, the men, the catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
So, that, I look at Ryan. So here's the deal. I've had the great pleasure of going to Texas where Simone trains and hanging out with her and her mom and her family. When he said it, your heart had to stop when he said it.
It didn't because it was so loving because Simone was there with him.
Right. Oh, she was there.
Simone was at the shoot, so like it's a cute thing between them where he's like, I'm the catch, and she's like, no, I'm the catch. So we saw the real relationship of it, but when the media got a hold of it, the internet got a hold of it, they made it look like he was disrespecting her, and it wasn't because it's cute between them.
Okay, so that's a good thing about what happens behind the scenes because like the rest of the world, I saw the clip. I didn't get offended because I know people will say, I'm the catch, I'm the catch. I didn't know she was in the background because I only saw the clip, right? But my heart sank because I knew that it would turn into something. The minute I was like, oh, God.
Sam, we do that on the show. We'll have a guest and they'll talk and we'll look at each other and be like, yep, this same way.
But we control it. The beautiful thing is we control it.
Right.
And everyone just saw the clip. They only saw the snippet. So we were like, you got to see the full extent of the conversation. It was just playful banter between the two of them.
But it turned into a national conversation. I mean, which is great because people who don't even think they talk about sports, we're now talking about you all. And I think that's the genius of it. As I said, we first met with your wife, and I love that you delve into relationships. I love that Shaquille O'Neal talked about how that divorce impacted him and the regrets behind it. That makes it bigger than just a sports podcast. Now, the title of the show is called The Pivot. You've pivoted into comedy.
Yes.
You're doing which the Miami Improv in Doral, Florida. Who inspired this? Because I know you're funny, but
yes, it's the same thing, man. I would tell young men out there or anybody guiding a young man, don't find a woman that wants to ride the plane. Find a co-pilot. Don't get just let's fly. No, I need to learn these. And Asia wrote me my first set. It was decently funny, but she wrote me a set to do, and that's what encouraged her to do. And also, I have a cheat code too. I'm friends with Little Duval. Desi Banks is a good friend of mine. And
so you hang out with the best comedians to get the best material?
And Desi pulled me aside in L.A., and I'm just name drop now. I'm in Floyd Mayweather's box, and we're joking around. And
such a name dropper.
Desi pulled me to the side. He was like, bro, you're giving away jokes for free. Get paid to tell jokes if you really want to tell a joke.
That's the pivot.
And
that's the pivot.
What it is.
I love it for you. You're a natural.
Desi and my wife, I would say, were the two most influential people that made me do that.
Love it. And, sir, you own a soccer team.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit for people.
I mean, you have a stake in this soccer club. That's a big deal because, I mean, going from being players to being part of the ownership of a team in any sport as a black man is a big deal. It's a big deal.
Much like us with the pivot.
You
know, we talk ownership and we own our show, and the opportunity presented itself to go into soccer, which was the fastest growing sport in the country. So for me, when I was approached, it was about inclusion, it was about impacting the community and lifting every voice in the community. So it was a no-brainer. You know, I saw it, I said, all right, this is an opportunity to develop the youth of Jacksonville. And our roadmap.
Where you played, that's so special. And Ryan, you got a new show, a new contract. I was reading, I said, Ryan needs to negotiate my contract with Disney. Really? That's how you get paid. But I love it because...
Tamron.
Yes, sir.
It would be very easy for me to negotiate your contract. Let's talk after the show. I'm gonna move into being an agent too. I like having a lot of jobs.
Listen, Ryan is but I mean, your very public negotiations to stay at ESPN was about respect. And I love that because, as they say, you stand 10 toes down, and you did when it came to this moment because what you do is special and unique.
Yeah, it was important to me. I don't just want to analyze football. I think the pivot has helped me move outside of that sort of box that we could be put in as former athletes, as former African-American athletes. And so in having those discussions, I wanted to speak for me because no one is going to advocate for Ryan Clark the way that Ryan Clark would.
Oh, wow. Well, you are an inspiration, all three of you. I fell in love with all of you the day I did your podcast, and I still consider you the best interviewers I've ever sat down with. No offense to anybody else. And that's just the truth. I may never get booked on another show, but there you have it. I said it. I said it.
You can always come back to
We got
Owens.
some gifts for you.
Oh, yes.
We got gifts for you because
You got gifts for me.
You gave us Tamron Hall jerseys last time.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
So first off,
Okay.
I got Crowder powder for you. That's my seasoning line.
So that comes with a question, though.
Okay.
Can you cook?
Can I cook?
Yes.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Oh,
We
you
don't know.
Oh,
Can you cook? You know, black people
That's
cook.
supposed
cook.
to
You say
set
it
it
twice.
off.
I'm about to tell you, and you don't even know. The Tamron Hall cookbook drops in September. September.
Oh, look at this.
Thank you.
Look at this.
That's the pivot. That's the pivot. Give it up for Channing.
And we got you a sweatshirt too
Oh,
now.
you got me a jacket.
You know we gotta watch out for you.
Be sure to check out episodes of